The PS1 era was legendary for racing games. It was a time when developers really started to push the boundaries of what racing games could be. From thrilling arcade-style attractions to more realistic simulators, the PS1 had it all. If you want to relive those high-speed days, we're about to take a look at the best PS1 racing games that still hold a special place in our hearts. Gran Turismo 2 was one of those games that really set the bar for racing on the PlayStation. The level of detail and realism it brought to the table was groundbreaking for its time. With over 600 cars and a wide variety of tracks, it offered a depth that racing fans hadn't seen before. The career mode was immersive with a mix of races and licenses to earn, which made every victory feel hard-earned. Ridge Racer Type 4 was all about style and speed, offering a more arcade-like experience that was incredibly fun to dive into. The game had a distinct visual flair, with its slick graphics and vibrant tracks that made every race feel like a high-octane event. What really set it apart was its story mode, where you joined one of 4 racing teams, with its own backstory and objectives. The drift-heavy mechanics were smooth and satisfying, making time turns feel like second nature. Need for Speed High Stakes took the adrenaline-fueled racing of its predecessors and cranked it up with high-risk gameplay. The introduction of high-stakes races, where you could lose your car if you didn't win, added a thrilling layer of tension. The game also featured improved graphics and physics, making each race feel more realistic and intense. The car customization options allowed you to tweak your vehicle's performance and appearance, adding a personal touch to your rides. Wipeout XL wasn't just a racing game, it was a futuristic thrill ride that pushed the PlayStation's capabilities to the limit. Set in the year of 2097, the game featured high-speed anti-gravity racing on tracks that twisted and turned in impossible ways. The sense of speed was exhilarating, and the techno soundtrack only added to the adrenaline rush. You could also use a variety of weapons to take out your opponents, which added a layer of strategy to the intense races. Crash Team Racing took the kart racing genre and gave it a fun, chaotic spin with its beloved characters and wild tracks. As Crash Bandicoot or one of his many friends and foes, you raced through vibrant, creatively designed courses filled with power-ups and hazards. The game's power-up system was a blast, with missiles, TNT crates, and speed boosts that could turn the tide of race in an instant. Colin McRae Rally 2.0 brought rally racing to life with a level of realism that was unprecedented on the PlayStation. The game's detailed car physics and damage model meant that every bump and crash had a tangible impact on your performance. The variety of tracks set across different countries with unique terrains kept the gameplay fresh and challenging. What made this game special was how it captured the essence of rally racing, the focus on precision driving, and the ability to adapt to ever-changing road conditions. Twisted Metal 2 wasn't your typical racing game, it was chaotic, vehicular combat extravaganza. Set in various apocalyptic arenas around the world, the game pitted you against a host of crazy opponents, each with their own heavily armed vehicle. The variety of cars, from ice cream trucks to monster trucks, and the arsenal of weapons at your disposal made every match unpredictable and intense. The game's dark, twisted sense of humor added to its unique charm, with characters that were as memorable as they were dangerous. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit took the thrill of high-speed racing and added the excitement of police chases to the mix. The game featured a variety of exotic cars and scenic tracks, but the real draw was the cat-and-mouse gameplay between racers and the cops. You could choose to play as either, with each side offering a different set of challenges and strategies. The police chases were heart-pounding, with helicopters, roadblocks, and spike strips making every escape a nail-biting experience. V-Rally 2 brought rally racing to the PlayStation with a mix of realism and arcade-style fun. The game featured a wide variety of cars and tracks, each offering unique challenges and environments. The attention to detail in the car physics and handling made every race feel authentic, while the arcade elements kept the gameplay fast-paced and exciting. The weather conditions and track surfaces added an extra layer of strategy, forcing you to adapt your driving style on the fly. Jet Moto. Jet Moto took racing to the new heights, literally, with its gravity-defying tracks and futuristic hoverbikes. The game's courses were filled with sharp turns, jumps, and obstacles that made every race a white-knuckle experience. The unique magnetic system that allowed you to cling to tracks added a thrilling dimension to the gameplay, requiring precision and quick reflexes. The variety of environments, from tropical beaches to icy mountains, kept the races visually interesting and challenging. Nascar Rumble. Nascar Rumble took the serious world of NASCAR and turned it on its head with a fun, arcade-style twist. The game featured over-the-top power-ups and wild tracks that made every race a chaotic, unpredictable experience. The ability to use tornadoes, freeze rays, and other crazy gadgets against your opponents added a layer of strategy and excitement. Despite its arcade feel, the game retained a sense of speed and intensity that kept you on the edge of your seat. Rage Racer, with a unique entry in the Rage Racer series, offering a more serious and gritty take on arcade racing. The game introduced a new sense of progression where you could earn credits to upgrade your car, adding a layer of strategy to the fast-paced races. The tracks were challenging, with sharp turns and obstacles that required precision and skill to navigate. The game's dark, industrial aesthetic and intense soundtrack created an atmosphere of high stakes and adrenaline. Driver 2 took the open-world driving experience to new heights with its sprawling cities and cinematic missions. You played as Tanner, an undercover cop who must navigate the criminal underworld while completing a variety of driving missions. The game's cities were vast and detailed, offering plenty of opportunities for exploration and high-speed chases. The addition of being able to exit your vehicle and explore on foot added a new dimension to the gameplay, making it feel more immersive and dynamic. Motor Toon Grand Prix. Motor Toon Grand Prix was a whimsical, cartoonish racing game that offered a fun and light-hearted take on the genre. The game's colorful characters and vibrant tracks made you feel like you were racing through a Saturday morning cartoon. The gameplay was fast and fluid, with a variety of power-ups that added an element of chaos to the races. The tracks were filled with twists, turns, and hidden shortcuts that kept you on your toes. Sled Storm. Sled Storm brought the thrill of snowmobile racing to the PlayStation with fast-paced gameplay and intense snowy environments. The game featured a variety of tracks, each filled with jumps, sharp turns, and treacherous terrain that required skill and precision to navigate. The sense of speed was exhilarating, and the game's physics engine made every jump and crash feel impactful. The ability to perform tricks and stunts added an extra layer of excitement, rewarding you for taking risks. TOCA Touring Car Championship. TOCA Touring Car Championship brought the world of professional touring car racing to life with a level of realism that was unmatched on the PlayStation. The game featured detailed car models, realistic physics, and challenging AI that made every race feel like a real competition. The career mode was deep and engaging, offering a variety of championships and events to compete in. Vanishing Point was all about speed and precision, offering a unique racing experience with its focus on time trials and skill-based gameplay. The game's tracks were challenging, filled with tight turns and narrow roads that required careful controls and quick reflexes. The sense of speed was incredible, and the game's physics engine made every race feel fast and intense. The innovative split-screen multiplayer mode allowed for competitive racing without sacrificing performance, making it a great game to play with friends. Moto Racer brought the thrill of motorcycle racing to the PlayStation with a variety of modes and tracks that offered something for every type of racer. The game's mix of arcade and simulation elements made it accessible to newcomers while still offering depth for experienced players. The sense of speed was exhilarating, and the game's tight controls made every race feel responsible and exciting. The variety of tracks, from dirt trails to city streets, kept the gameplay fresh and engaging. Rollcage was a futuristic racing game that combined high-speed action with intense gravity-defying gameplay. The game's unique vehicles could drive on walls and ceilings, creating a racing experience that was unlike anything else on the PlayStation. The tracks were filled with twists, loops, and obstacles that required quick reflexes and precise control. The game's weapon system added an extra layer of strategy, allowing you to attack your opponents and defend yourself from their attacks. Road Rash 3D. Road Rash 3D took the classic motorcycle combat series and brought it into the 3D era with stunning visuals and intense, action-packed gameplay. The game's focus on high-speed racing and brutal combat made every race a thrilling experience. The ability to knock your opponents off their bikes with chains, clubs, and other weapons added a layer of chaos to the races. The game's open road tracks were filled with traffic, obstacles, and jumps, keeping you on your toes and making every race unpredictable. Nascar 98 brought the excitement of professional stock car racing to the PlayStation with a focus on realism and authenticity. The game featured officially licensed cars, drivers, and tracks, making it a must-play for fans of the sport. The game's physics engine accurately simulated the handling of the cars, making every race feel challenging and intense. The variety of tracks, from super speedways to short tracks, offered a wide range of racing experiences. F1 2000. F1 2000 brought the world of Formula One racing to the PlayStation with a focus on realism and precision. The game featured officially licensed teams, cars, and tracks, making it a must-play for fans of the sport. The game's physics engine accurately simulated the handling of the cars, making every race feel challenging and rewarding. The attention to detail in the car models and track design was impressive, creating an immersive racing experience. Dukes of Hazzard Racing for Home was a fun arcade-style racing game that captured the spirit of the classic TV show. You played as the Duke Boys, racing through the countryside in the iconic General Lee, evading the law and completing missions. The game's tracks were filled with jumps, shortcuts, and obstacles that made every race feel like a wild chase scene. The game's sense of humor and over-the-top action made it a blast to play, whether you were racing against the clock or battling opponents. Speed Devils brought the thrill of high-speed racing to the PlayStation with a mix of arcade action and intense competition. The game featured a variety of tracks, each with its own set of hazards and obstacles that kept the races unpredictable and exciting. The game's unique battling system allowed you to wager on your performance, adding a layer of strategy to the races. Vigilante 8 was a vehicular combat game that took the chaos and destruction of Twisted Metal and added a 1970s twist. Set in a dystopian America, the game featured a variety of unique characters and vehicles, each with its own weapons and special abilities. The game's large, open environments were filled with interactive elements and destructible objects, making every battle dynamic and unpredictable. Top Gear 2 brought the thrill of high-speed racing to the PlayStation with a focus on arcade-style action and intense competition. The game featured a variety of tracks, each with its own set of challenges and obstacles that kept the races exciting and unpredictable. The game's progression system allowed you to upgrade your car's performance, adding a layer of strategy to the gameplay. Motorhead brought the thrill of high-speed racing to the PlayStation with a focus on intense arcade-style action. The game's unique futuristic setting and sleek car designs made every race feel like a high-octane sci-fi adventure. The tracks were challenging, with sharp turns, jumps, and obstacles that required precision and quick reflexes to navigate. The sense of speed was exhilarating, and the game's tight controls made every race feel responsible and exciting. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing brought the thrill of the iconic toy cars to the life with fast-paced, arcade-style racing. The game featured a variety of tracks, each filled with loops, jumps, and obstacles that made every race feel like a wild roller coaster ride. The ability to perform stunts and tricks added an extra layer of excitement, rewarding you for taking risks and pushing the limits. Rollcage Stage II took the gravity-defying racing of the original Rollcage and added new tracks, vehicles, and gameplay modes to keep the action fresh and exciting. The game's unique vehicles could drive on walls and ceilings, creating a racing experience that was unlike anything else on the PlayStation. The tracks were filled with twists, loops, and obstacles that required quick reflexes and precise control. The game's weapon system added an extra layer of strategy, allowing you to attack your opponents and defend yourself from their attacks. Porsche Challenge. Porsche Challenge brought the thrill of driving some of the world's most iconic sports cars to the PlayStation with a focus on realism and precision. The game featured a variety of tracks, each offering unique challenges and environments that required careful control and quick reflexes. The attention to detail in the car physics and handling made every race feel authentic, while the game's arcade-style elements kept the gameplay fast-paced and exciting. Destruction Derby 2 brought the chaotic car-crashing action of the original game to the PlayStation with improved graphics, physics, and gameplay. The game's focus on destruction and mayhem made every race a thrilling and unpredictable experience. The variety of tracks, from traditional circuits to demolition arenas, offered a range of racing challenges and opportunities to carnage. Test Drive 6 brought the thrill of high-speeding racing to the PlayStation with a mix of arcade action and intense competition. The game featured a variety of tracks, each with its own set of challenges and obstacles that kept the races exciting and unpredictable. The game's progression system allowed you to upgrade your car's performance, adding a layer of strategy to the gameplay. So, did you like the games I recommend? So leave your like, subscribe to the channel to follow me, and activate the bell because I post a lot of videos on this channel and you can't miss it. Thank you very much for following me this far, and until next time, bye!